Alright, so this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's tier ranking the MCU. Now, Avengers Doomsday comes out in a few months next year, and there's nothing MCU related coming out for the rest of the year. Starting with Iron Man. I haven't seen Iron Man in a long time, and my opinion now, I believe it's a pretty damn good movie. It's a really, really good start to what would be the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, this kickstarted off the whole thing. Robert Downey Jr. cast as Iron Man as Tony Stark.
It was perfect.
And the most memorable thing about the film is the ending. The I Am Iron Man. Nothing like that would have been done before. Superheroes always had a secret identity, and this was just a mind-blowing thing to have end your film and leave us off on the last note of. Start to the MCU. Iron Man, definitely going in, goats assemble. Now, The Incredible Hulk. As a kid, I found this movie incredibly boring. Maybe it's because I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was never great to me. Definitely need to rewatch it. But Edward Norton to me has never really been Bruce Banner. I've always kind of imagined Bruce Banner as Mark Ruffalo. The one great thing in this film is Raging Monster Hulk, and that I miss so much. Hulk as just raging out. That's what he's supposed to be. Can we get that Hulk back, please? It's like a perfect meh, and that's where I'm gonna put it. Multiverse of meh. Iron Man 2. There's moments I like it. I overall find it to be a perfectly fine film. I don't see how they rode the high of Iron Man 1 and were like, you know what? Let's just not follow through with that. I don't really get that. The completely abandoned Demon in a Bottle storyline, that was just somehow not done well. Black Widow's fun with her debut in it. I like Nick Fury in it. I like the final fight between Rhodey, Tony, and the robots. Whiplash is not a great villain. Justin Hammer, I don't remember too well, but I always remember being like, as a kid, seeing in the theaters and thinking, yeah, this guy's not great. Although that suit-up scene at the racetrack, pure awesomeness. It's got the same syndrome to me that Incredible Hulk does, where it's fine, perfectly tolerable. Thor 1. I remember not loving it at the time, but growing older and realizing the character arcs that were through the film and the story moments that progressed throughout the MCU, I've grown more to appreciate it. I love the hokey silliness of the Shakespearean of it. Like, that's just fun to me. The corniness of it is pretty fun. Thor needing to be humbled is a fun storyline, not expected, but fun. I didn't love Loki for the longest time, but looking back at it, his arc, starting from this film of just wanting to be accepted, wanting to be equally loved by Odin, is beautiful. You think he dies at the end, but nah, got a mischief. He doesn't die. He's just playing that off so we can have Avengers. There's one moment in there that I still quote to this day because I think it is hilarious, and it is...
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
But grading it as a film, probably in between right now of Iron Man 2 and Hulk. Captain America, the first Avenger. Did anyone really love Captain America before this? I don't really think so. But did they love him after this film? I damn sure think so. Chris Evans is the embodiment of Steve Rogers, of Captain America. That dude is perfect in that role. I don't remember a lot from this movie. I remember more remarkable moments, and some remarkable moments are the super soldier serum scene where his body just gets jacked, him jumping on the grenade to protect everyone not knowing it wasn't on, him crashing the plane into the ice, his love for Peggy, his silly ass suit, but they make the classic suits in a fun way. I love it. I love the integration of the Captain America suit along with an army-like suit. That's pretty cool, pretty good blend. The more I think about this movie, the more I want to rewatch it. From what I remember, really, really, really good movie. I'd say this is the first one to go on Marvelous. The Avengers. Did anyone ever think in the history of ever that we would get a cinematic comic book universe? Don't really think so, besides the people at Marvel Studios. And they are absolute geniuses for making this film. Everybody in this film joining together, forming the team of the Avengers.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
It's a film I've grown to appreciate more over time. I love it. I love it. Everyone has shared screen time equally. You get the start of frenemyship between Cap and Tony. Loki is a great villain. The three-way fight between Thor, Tony, and Cap is just so much fun. And that final fight is amazing. Seeing that group shot of them together will always be one of the best shots in film ever. This film is amazing, and it's going in the top tier bracket. It is a GOAT for sure. Iron Man 3, another film that I didn't love at the time, but I have grown more appreciative over time. Tony's PTSD arc, maybe I was kind of too young to understand it at the time, but looking at it now, a really good way of storytelling for the guy. Completely understandable. The guy saw space, saw something that he wasn't supposed to see, and the whole army of Thanos attack in the Avengers, that would leave a mark on someone. I really like the whole arc of him building to compensate for lack of sleep, basically just building an army of suits at this point unknowingly. Did I love the Mandarin? No. The reveal was not great, but I can forgive a not so great villain if the rest of the film is pretty fun, which it was. Usually I don't like when superhero movies take away the suit of the hero. Kind of always been very weird to me, like what's the point of it without it? But taking away the suit in this case, making him more mind than armor, works really well. And the end of this film, he gets the arc reactor removed. I remember thinking at the time as a 13-year-old being like, so that's the end of Iron Man? And thinking, okay, that's kind of a underwhelming ending, but alright. And he's just right back in Age of Ultron, which I'm glad he's back, but I remember being like, oh, okay, well, he's not done then. Iron Man 3 is good. Definitely gonna go above Iron Man 2. Thor: The Dark World. I remember not loving it at the time. I remember thinking it was just kind of perfectly fine. It's another one where I've grown to appreciate it more over time. A kind of crappy villain from what I remember. Thor and Loki's arc is the best thing of it, is coming together for the death of their mother, working together to save Asgard, not rule it. Also, more of Loki, more of his character progression. I am perfectly okay with that. There is a great moment in here I've always loved. Always thought was hilarious. The Rack is worthy. It's another good one. Not great. Definitely want to go back and rewatch it to see if I feel different about it. But for now, going below Thor 1 and above Incredible Hulk. Now this right here, Captain America Winter Soldier, is when I started to really love the MCU. I remember thinking at the time, wow, this doesn't have to be just a superhero movie. This was a fun action, espionage, spy type film, which was so different than anything we got at the time. I didn't really know who the Winter Soldier was going in, so it was a huge surprise to me that it was Bucky. I remember being mind blown at the time. The reveal that S.H.I.E.L.D. was Hydra in disguise was just mind-boggling to me. The action was incredible in this film. It's so emotionally driven when you find out that Bucky is the Winter Soldier. Steve and Bucky have their fight on the highway, and the final fight between the two is just absolute perfection. I loved it then, I love it now. No surprise it's going and goated. Guardians of the Galaxy 1. A big swing and a big home run for this franchise. Did anyone know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were at the time? I would say no. I had no clue who they were. I don't think anyone knew who they were before this movie was made, besides hardcore fans. But I am damn glad that this movie got made, because this is one of my favorites of the MCU. I really love this film. For the 5 people that they have on this team, they all get equal screen time and expanded on more in the future. It's such fun action. It's very funny. And the soundtrack is amazing. I have all 3 of them on vinyl. Kind of a meh villain, but I can forgive that because it was so fun. This is the epitome of marvelous. Avengers Age of Ultron, I will say it straight up, I like Avengers Age of Ultron a lot. I did then, I do now. I've always thought this was a really good movie. Great character development throughout, the introduction of Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, oh, he's gone. Yeah, that's disappointing. Wish we could have seen more of him. Kinda did with WandaVision, but not really. Ultron, though not the same as the comics, was created by Bruce Banner and Tony Stark. I like that difference. 2 geniuses create something that can't really be done by just normal people. I liked Ultron as a villain, and I'm very glad he's going to be returning in Vision Quest. Was he used to his full potential? No, but I think that's why they're bringing him back. It sets up the tension between Tony and Steve going forward, leading up to Captain America Civil War, which is very appreciated. It's got some funny lines in there, I will give it that. Pretty underratedly funny. The moment of Vision lifting Mjolnir, stunned silence. This is a good one. I don't really get why people rag on it so much. Is it the best Avengers film? No, it's definitely the worst, but something has to be the worst. Something has to be last place. I don't care what anyone says. I'm putting it in goated. Ant-Man, a very fun film. A very funny one. Very well cast. Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, so great. He is the absolute highlight of the film. The Ant-Man suit looks great. The lore of how the suit works and the previous Ant-Man, Hank Pym, very interesting to look at. It's not a film with a lot going on. Like, the world isn't going to end, the multiverse isn't gonna collide with each other. It's just a guy who's trying to do better and given the chance to do so by stealing something. I will always find it hilarious that the final action scene is Ant-Man against Yellow Jacket, Small Man against Small Man on a Thomas the Tank set. That's hilarious. A non-consequential fun film, I believe, deserves to be put in Marvelous. Talking about non-consequential film followed up by a very consequential Captain America Civil War is amazing. It's goated, for sure. You can see both sides to the argument. You understand why the law is being in place. I understand why the characters are the places that they are and whose side that they're taking. Completely get it. It's a completely justifiable movie and it is amazing. The introduction of Black Panther, the introduction of Spider-Man, the action is amazing. The reveal that Winter Soldier was the one that killed Tony's parents was absolutely mind-boggling. That final fight between Cap, Bucky, and Tony, oh my god, it's amazing. I love it so much. Them passing the shield back and forth. Steve almost killing Tony straight up. Like, he hit the arc reactor. He would have killed the guy. He would have suffocated inside the suit if the helmet didn't had popped off. Bucky losing his arm. The now tarnished friendship between Tony and Steve has such consequences for the MCU moving forward, for Infinity War, for Endgame. God, this film's amazing. Goated, for sure. Doctor Strange. I feel like with Guardians 1, they were kind of like, alright, we can take some risks here, and it paid off. But with this one, I feel like they were like, alright, let's just take a risk, see if it worked. And it worked. It was a home run for sure. Doctor Strange is so fun. That was a great film. A bit slow at first, but I understand why. It's a new character, it's a new person who we haven't known until now, and we gotta know who he is, what he's like. An egomaniac who knows he's good at what he does, and what he does, he gets screwed over out of. Has to learn magic for it. And I was already invested by that point, but when the forehead touch happens, and you go on a psychedelic trip, I was locked in at that point. The visuals are amazing. The action is pretty fun. The villain is a bit underwhelming, but that's fine. Like I said, I'm fine with villains that aren't great if you give me a fun story around it. The whole Dormammu I've come to bargain part is very fun. It's very funny. I'm just him dying, respawn, him dying, respawn. That's hilarious. You just annoy the villain until they give up. This is for sure a marvelous film. I love Doctor Strange. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I don't see why it gets the hate that it does, because I think it's a pretty damn good film. The team's expanded, has a very fun yet emotionally driven villain, a very fun opening, a great soundtrack, pretty damn funny, a heart-wrenching reveal that Ego, Star-Lord's father, was the one that killed his mother. Oh my god, hits you right in the feels. The action is awesome. Yondu grew to love him in this one, and then his tragic death makes me still shed a tear to this day. I don't care what anyone says, I love it. It's marvelous. Spider-Man Homecoming is very fun. Iron Boy Jr., I don't care what anyone says about it. I don't mind it, and I like the fact of where we're going with Peter. The relationship between Tony and Peter, it was the driving force of the MCU for a bit. Their father-son, mentor, mentee-like relationship was awesome to watch. There's a lot of great moments in here. Vulture as a villain is great because he's just a guy trying to provide for his family. He's not exactly a villain. You understand why he's doing what he's doing. There's so many great moments of Spidey holding the boat together, Ned dropping the Lego Death Star, Peter telling off the guy in the deli, insulting him. That's in Spanish. Pretty funny. The "if you're nothing without this suit, you shouldn't have it" moment is just great. I really like the Stark suit for Peter. I like the upgrade one a bit more. The homemade suit is so greatly bad of how simple it is. But I mean that in the best way possible. The moment that Peter is just crushed by rubble and you get the amazing comic to screen moment of him using all the strength in the world, lifting it off him and just going full on Spidey mode. It's just awesome. I wouldn't say goated. That's for another Spidey movie coming up soon. But it is a high A for sure. It's the highest point of marvelous. Thor Ragnarok. Was this the point when anyone else started just loving Thor too, or is that just me? Because this film made me love him. The opening was super fun, super funny. The guest appearance of Hulk is really great. It's very fun. The introduction of Valkyrie, and she's a mainstay into the MCU going forward. She's a great character. She is. Loki gets so much character development in this. This is what made me love Loki, was this film. Hela is an okay villain. She gets her job done. Breaking the hammer was mind-boggling. Kind of like, okay, like where do we go from here for now? The fight between Hulk is pretty cool. And Thor just going full-on God of Thunder mode is great. I loved Ragnarok. it's going above Captain America 1. And Black Panther 1 is a fun time. I love seeing the culture and the history of Wakanda. Chadwick Boseman, perfectly cast as T'Challa. And rip Chadwick. I love seeing the lore building of this country. It's very interesting to see. As a film, it's very good. It's a little slow at some parts, but the absolute highlight of this film is Killmonger, because he is just like Vulture, where he is perfectly right in what he is saying. It is a completely understandable reason why he's doing what he's doing. Had some hard lines in here. The final battle wasn't bad, but like it's not great. Like it's one of the only few turnoffs of this film. Overall, just fun time. I would definitely put it between the two Guardians films. Infinity War. Do I have to even say anything? It's fucking goated.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Thanos was an amazing villain. Everybody coming together. The Guardians, Thor, the Guardians, Strange, Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Vision. Everybody. Who would have ever thought this was possible? The hype for this film was unmatched. It's incredible. And the ending where the villain actually wins was just unseen from that point. Ant-Man and the Wasp, pretty good one, pretty fun. I feel like it's more comedy than it is an actual Marvel superhero film, which is alright, because that's what the Ant-Man films are supposed to be. It's just fun, non-consequential, good time film. And that's exactly what this film was. The suit malfunctioning with the whole shrinking and growing thing was pretty funny to see. Jimmy Woo was a nice addition. Ghost as a villain was kind of meh. Like it's the same thing as like a perfectly fine film. The only thing that has any real consequence going forward is the post-credit scene where he goes into the quantum realm, can't come out. Why? Because they're dusted. And that was just mind-boggling at the time. It's going between Iron Man 3 and 2. I wouldn't say it's a meh film, but it's going between Iron Man 3 and 2. Captain Marvel. Man, the marketing for this film. They acted like she was the end-all, be-all, savior of everything and everyone. It was perfectly tolerable. She was nothing that special. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch. Maybe my opinion will change. But then and now, I'm not really huge on her. Like, yeah, she helped Tony in the beginning of Endgame, came back for the final battle. That's really all she did. And the hype for her, the marketing for her, was acting like she was the savior for the Avengers. No, she really wasn't. Like, I'd rather go back and watch Dark World than I would Captain Marvel. And that's exactly where I'm going to put it. Avengers Endgame, for me, is my all-time favorite film ever. It kind of fluctuates between 1 and 2 of Endgame, Infinity War, but as of right now, it is Endgame. Bit of a slow start, but that's showing you the apocalyptic feel to this world of half of the population being erased, just out of existence. I've seen a video recently showing the real world consequences of how the snap would affect the real world if it actually did happen. Man, it's crazy to see. The acting is incredible. The action is incredible. Tony Stark coming up with time travel in a night is a little silly, but whatever. I can forgive it because of the fact he is a genius of a man, so it makes sense. Tony and Steve handshaking to forgive was a beautiful moment. I feel like that's the moment they were like, okay, let's put off our differences and get this done. But the real moment of when they forgave each other was in the time heist, when they agreed to go back and get the pin particles. The "do you trust me? I do" is beautiful. Snap number 1 of Hulk bringing back half of the population is incredibly beautiful. And then we see the final battle commence. And from there, we get so many amazing moments. The 3v1 against Thanos, and Thanos taking down 3 people, kind of amazing. Cap being worthy of Mjolnir had me cheering in the theater. The portal scene is beautiful, makes you shed a tear. And finally, we got Avengers Assemble. And the final battle of Army versus Army was just so fun. So many great moments in there. This is a goated film. I love it so much. And so following the amazingness of Endgame was Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm not gonna lie, I really like this movie. I don't understand why people don't really like it that much. It's kind of overhated, honestly. Pretty funny. It's got some really funny moments. It's got a cute little teenage love story between Peter and MJ. It's got some fun action, emotionally driven, and Peter's reaction to Tony's death in Endgame was pretty much ours. Heartbroken. Mysterio as a villain. So I knew Mysterio was a villain in the comic. I knew he's the whole master of illusion. But I remember seeing this film in theaters, and right at the beginning of the reveal of Mysterio being the villain, I remember thinking, oh, well, maybe not. Maybe Mysterio's not the villain in this one. Maybe it's gonna be a little switcheroo of he teams up with Spider-Man and they take down the elementals together. That's pretty cool. All right, something different. Wasn't expecting it, but okay. I was going in thinking Mysterio was the villain. I'm like, he's gonna be revealed to be the villain. And in that scene, I was like, oh, okay, this is something different. And the reveal happened. Like, you got me. That upgraded suit of the red and the black, beautiful. And the final fight is so good. It's a contained space. It's Mysterio and the drones against Spidey, and Spidey trusting his Spidey sense. I love it. Do you think we're getting a happy ending? No way. We're not getting a happy ending. Nope. Mysterio reveals Peter's identity, and we jump straight into No Way Home. The only thing I don't like about this film is the Skrull reveal, Nick Fury. It's the reveal of Nick Fury and Maria Hill being Skrulls. I don't really like that. I kind of wish they were in the film for real, but if that's my one nitpick, that's fine. A top tier, marvelous, if I've ever seen one. WandaVision was also a goated show. I'm going to put it in goated. I love Wanda Maximoff as a character. I love Elizabeth Olsen as an actress. She kills it in this. Starts off in such a weird way of every episode is an era of sitcom. That's so creatively weird. I love it. And that's because she grew up watching sitcoms. It's a story reason behind it. I love it. Her broken heart over Vision, creating children to compensate for it, wanting something to love. The kinda return of Quicksilver was okay. The payoff was stupid. Agatha was alright. I didn't love her in the series, but that's only because at the time I didn't know where they were going with it. And where they've gone with it so far, I liked it. I appreciated it. It's such an emotionally driven show. And it sets up her villain arc for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Great show. Goated. I would say above Age of Ultron. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is good in theory. I like it. It's the start of Sam Wilson as Captain America. And Sam Wilson doesn't feel like he is the predecessor to Captain America. U.S. Agent's introduction, John Walker's introduction, is a very good storytelling piece. I didn't love him in this show, but I've grown more appreciative of the character of John Walker due to Thunderbolts. The villain, the group, the Flag Smashers. Shit villain. I'm gonna say it straight up. Did not like them. There's moments in here I liked. I really loved the chemistry between Bucky and Sam. Their chemistry is just fun. It always has been. It's like an old married couple. I liked the speech at the end from Captain America Sam Wilson. I think he's a good Captain America, but no one is ever going to be the greatness that was Steve Rogers. It's a show that needs avenging. Loki. It looks like I'm counting season 1 and season 2 due to this tier list. I'll say it straight up. This show made me love Loki. Right away in the opening, with him, you cry. It's emotional seeing him see the film of his life. So many great characters. Such a great story arc. Such great moral arguments in this show. Such great action to it. Some beautiful writing. We get some great variants, some real fun moments. And Loki, by the end of season 2, finally finds his glorious purpose. And it is beautiful. This show is goated. I loved it. Alright, the Black Widow movie that we got way too late. It's fine. It's nothing great. The effects are kind of meh. The villain was completely mishandled. The best part of it was Natasha, was her family. Love Red Guardian. I loved Yelena. I'm glad they were mainstays. I loved them in Thunderbolts. I was never the biggest Natasha Romanoff fan. I really only ever started to appreciate her at Endgame, and that's, where she died. So to me, there was no point in making a Black Widow movie if we already knew the ending. Same thing for Loki at first. I thought that. But Loki's show had a purpose, and a glorious purpose. And this did not. It's in desperate need of avenging. Now, What If? I love season 1. It's a very fun what if series of stories that aren't going to intertwine together. Like, they can be seen on their own, or they can be seen as one big story. Has some real fun episodes, but I feel like the what if scenario wasn't mishandled, but was more, oh, you took advantage of that, but why did you do that? I love the finale of the Avengers of the Multiverse, Vision, Ultron, The Watcher. Very fun episodes. Season 2 I don't remember much of, and season 3 I didn't even see because I didn't even feel like it was worth it at that point. So kind of combining all those opinions together, I'm gonna put it above Dark World. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Marvel Studios, do you take risks a lot? This was a big risk. I don't think a lot of people knew who this was. I certainly did not until this film. But man, did I love it. I really liked it. It's a fun, simple story that's too non-consequential for the bigger picture of the MCU. A not so great villain, but not a bad one. He's Wenwu's not bad. I wish for the final fight we would have gotten more martial arts than we did CGI dragon. And it seems like the Ten Rings are going to have a role going forward, possibly with Doctor Doom. And I am excited to see Shang-Chi in Doomsday, because the guy hasn't been used, like, at all. One post-credit scene, that's it. I would put it between Dark World and Captain Marvel. Eternals. Marvel Studios, you took risks a lot. Doctor Strange, Guardians, Shang-Chi, and it paid off. This one did not. I did not like Eternals. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch it, but I was not hyped for it. I was like, who are these guys? I remember waiting 3 weeks at the time to go to a theater and see it because the reviews were so terrible at the time. And the theater I was in had me and 2 other people in it. I fell asleep watching it 3 times, woke up every time being like, ugh, it's still on. This movie had way too much, and that's a bad thing. Way too many characters, way too many stories to tell. The only thing I found really interesting was the Celestial story, which didn't continue until Cap 4. Hail Hydra. Hawkeye Season 1. Hawkeye I've always liked as an Avenger. He's very underappreciated. He's a very fun character with a great story to tell, and I like the integration of Hawkeye saving Kate Bishop in the Battle of New York. It's kind of one of those moments where it's, oh, that's a big coincidence that actually works. Emotional in the series. Some fun moments. Yelena making an appearance, that was really cool. Always loved Yelena. And the appearance of Kingpin into the MCU, while not great, is appreciated because the Daredevil show is absolute peak. I wouldn't say it's a goated show, but it's not meh either. I would say above Guardians 1. Well, if this ain't a goated film, I don't know what is. Spider-Man No Way Home is incredible. The return of past characters, a past Spider-Man, a past Spider-Man villain. Everybody embodies their role perfect. It is amazing to see the Spider-Man together. Everyone clocks back into work, re-embody their roles. Perfect. This is such an emotional film. Action-packed, emotional, fan service done in a great way. I love it so much. Goated. I honestly love it more than the first Avenger. Now, Moon Knight had potential. A really good starting episode and 2 other memorable episodes. I just don't remember much from this series. I definitely need to rewatch it, but it very much to me felt like a show of, oh, we'll explain it next episode. Okay, the next episode comes. Oh, we'll explain it next episode. And so on and so forth. I remember episode 1 because it was a great introduction. Episode 4 because they go into the mind of Moon Knight. And episode 6 because it was the finale. And it was a pretty fun finale. I really hope this character makes an appearance again. Either getting a season 2 or some role in something. I hope he makes an appearance again, because this was not used to his full potential. Multiverse of Meh behind What If. Multiverse of Madness. Man, they really hyped this movie up in the title alone. Multiverse of Madness. That was not used to its full capability. There were some fun moments in there. There was some interesting stuff going on. Scarlet Witch as a villain is pretty cool. I like her a lot. Doctor Strange as a character, I am a big fan of his. America Chavez. I liked her a lot. I hope she comes back. She could really be a big use in Doomsday and or Secret Wars. But the whole scene of them going through the multiverse, the paint universe, the universe where green means stop, red means go on traffic lights, and then the scene where Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart is back, we get the Illuminati, we get that fan cast of John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, which is pretty cool to see for the whole 2 minutes it's there, because he gets absolutely obliterated by the shield of Peggy Carter as Scarlet Witch just destroys him with it. I feel like this movie is overhated, but it's also hyped up potential over the actual final product. And I've actually met the director. I've met Sam Raimi at a convention, and I told him straight up, hey, I believe Multiverse of Madness is way overhated and it is a great film. But Multiverse of Madness is going in Multiverse of Meh, being above What If. So, Miss Marvel. I really like Miss Marvel. I think it's very, very good. It's a fun little teenage story of an origin story of how she got her power. Are her powers different than how they are in the comics? Yes, but I feel like that's because they had a Fantastic Four movie coming up and they didn't want her and Reed to have the same power. Very Green Lantern-esque, but I can forgive it. It was used in a fun, effective way. Amani Villani is perfect in this role. She truly embodies the role of Kamala Khan, of Miss Marvel. I really like her family dynamic in the series. That was very fun to watch. It felt very Peter Parker-esque. And the reveal at the end of her being a mutant, That's interesting. Something different, but interesting. Now, where do I put Miss Marvel? Definitely in the lower end of multiverse of meh. Now. Thor, Love and Thunder. Oh boy, the potential you had. I remember being hyped up for this movie, and then watching it, and being highly disappointed. The comedy style of Taika Waititi clearly worked in Ragnarok. It does not work here. You cast Christian Bale, an amazing actor, as Gore the God Butcher. Alright, interesting take. Could be great. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Thor is too much of a comedic character. I like the story arc of Jane getting cancer and the hammer kind of helping her out with it. I like Korg as a character. I remember the moment that he died, I thought, oh, okay, we're gonna have some real consequences to this film. Nope, comes right back, just reforms. It's like, oh, well, I guess not. It's sad that Jane dies, but it was kind of inevitable. You can kind of see it coming. That final fight, from what I remember, was kind of cool, the whole black and white thing. An interesting take on it. I didn't like that Thor got Mjolnir back and he just has it permanently now, because I felt like the consequence of Ragnarok leading into Infinity War, into Endgame, was fantastic storytelling. And just essentially retconning that now is kind of shit storytelling. You ride the high of Thor's storytelling and then you just absolutely shit on it with this film. It's going in Hail Hydra. The She-Hulk series, not very great. Overhated. I didn't think it was that bad. I like the whole fourth wall breaking aspect of it. I didn't mind Jennifer Walters as a character. Do I like that she has essentially more strength than the Hulk? No, not really. There's really only 2 episodes I really like in here, which are the Daredevil episode and the finale, because they were just so different. Hulk's appearances are kind of cool, but him being revealed to have a son now, Scar has one of the worst haircuts I've ever seen. This show did not need to be made. I'm not saying it's a shit show. It's definitely in the Hail Hydra. And the Disney Plus special, Werewolf by Night, pretty freaking cool. An hour-long Halloween special of a unknown character. Perfect fitting for that time of the year. Interesting characters, great effects, the whole black and white transitioning to color, pretty interesting. Very Wizard of Oz-esque. I liked this a lot, very fitting for the multiverse of meh. Now, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I need to watch because I haven't watched it yet. But I just heard it wasn't great at the time, so that's why I skipped out on it. But now I'm hearing good things about it, so maybe it was grown more appreciative over time. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, essentially Guardians 2.5, very fun time. Just like Werewolf by Night, a great time to be released in the year that it was. I love the Guardians, love Christmas. It's a great, fun little side story that's just a fun time. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, I think it's a bit overhated because I enjoyed it at the time. I remember seeing it opening night and enjoying it for what it was. I like the whole Quantumania aspect of it. Could it have been done better? Yeah, for sure. Kang as a villain, interesting in theory. I wish they would not have dropped the Kang storyline, but you know, real life circumstances. I hope they hire him back. I've been hearing rumors that Kang is going to come back soon, so I'm hoping that happens. But him being defeated by an army of ants was just stupid. Apparently the ending was way different than what we got. Apparently Scott was going to be in the quantum realm, be trapped there. Kang gets out and Scott has to find a way out. I wish we would have gotten that. The ending was a little too happy-go-lucky for me. Everything's fine. Like, it's not as bad as people make it out to be, but it's like below good, if that makes sense. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Oh boy, what an emotional roller coaster you were. Some great action, great soundtrack, emotional as hell. Rocket has always been my favorite of the Guardians of the Galaxy group. And this is his movie right here. We finally get the Rocket origin story that we've been alluding to the whole time, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. I'll tell you straight up, it made me cry 4 times. The Guardians split up as a group. Star-Lord goes back to Earth. This is my favorite of the Guardians film. For sure going in goated. Secret Invasion, I'm with everyone else on this one. I did not like this one. Potential was there, but was failed miserably. Gaia getting essentially every power and becoming what was that version of the Super Skrull. It was alright. Kind of interesting in theory, but I can't say I remember anything about this show besides the bad stuff. Maria Hill dying off in the first episode. Gaia becoming that version of the Super Skrull. Rhodey have been confirmed to have been a Skrull since Civil War onwards. So that leaves so much story left untold for Rhodey. So does he not know that Tony Stark died? Does he not know anything that has happened from 2016 onwards? Is he now just finding stuff out? Like, I don't like that, because I like Rhodey as a character. The Marvels was not great, but I liked it more than most other people did. Is there a few cringe-worthy moments in there? Yeah. Use that black girl power. Like, come on, stretching. No pun intended. Miss Marvel was the absolute highlight of this. I like the little singing planet bit. That was kind of funnily cute. The villain was very meh. The whole switching powers, switching places thing when using their powers. It's an interesting concept. It was used effectively for sure. I just did not love this film. Very meh. Echo. I did not care to watch it. Didn't care for her in the Hawkeye show. Didn't care for her show. Didn't watch it. So, not watched. Deadpool Wolverine. You are a gem. I love you so much. You are goated. The return of many characters. The debut of characters into the MCU. The TVA into there. Deadpool gets a new suit. Wolverine gets the iconic blue and yellow suit. Insanely funny. Insanely action-packed. Holds a special place in my heart. I love it so much. It's goated. Agatha all along, I was not expecting anything out of because I didn't love her character in WandaVision, so I wasn't really expecting much out of a show for her. I was kind of like, why is she getting a show? But the show itself, I watched and I was pleasantly surprised by it. Very, very fun show, very intriguing show. And I'm excited to see where this Scarlet Witch trilogy goes with Vision Quest. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I didn't finish. I want to. I started episode 1, really enjoyed it. I've seen moments that happen through it throughout social media, and it looks beautifully animated. It looks like a really fun, different way of telling the story of Peter Parker, of Spider-Man, and I enjoy that. I enjoy differences in comic book properties because I don't want to see the same thing over and over again. I'm not going to put it in haven't seen, but I haven't seen the full thing of it. I'm going to put it above Quantumania. Captain America 4, Captain America Brave New World, which I like the original title better, New World Order. Heard it wasn't great, so I never saw it. I like Sam Wilson as Captain America. I thought the potential of Red Hulk being the villain was interesting factors to it, but from what people have told me about this and from the reviews I've heard, it's not great. I definitely gotta see it. It's not really on my need to see it now list. Daredevil Born Again, essentially Daredevil Season 4. I enjoyed a lot more than other people did. I'm a fan of the character. Charlie Cox, his interpretation made me loved. I really like this show. Kingpin was a great villain. There's a lot of interesting storytelling aspects to it. I think this show is definitely overhated. You immediately broke my heart and surprised me with killing Foggy right away in the beginning of the episode, of episode 1. But the Daredevil scenes are great. The Kingpin stuff is great. There's a lot of moments that I enjoy from it. The last episode very much felt like a setup for season 2, which I'm not really huge on when shows or movies do that, but I am excited for season 2. So I would put it above Hawkeye. The Thunderbolt, I love it so much. It's a goated film. I love it so much. You have this ragtag group of misfits, throw them into a situation, make them have to get along or get the mission done. I'm a big advocate for mental health, and this movie really showcases that, and I appreciate that so much. The action in it is great, and the mental health aspects of it, of showing someone that they're not alone, that they have friends, that they have family, they have people they can talk to, really resonates. Ironheart, like I said, I didn't see Wakanda Forever, so I didn't really see her role in that. I know she debuted in that movie, and I heard that movie wasn't great, and I heard that this series wasn't great. I'm sorry, you can't follow up Tony Stark. You can't be the next Iron Man. You're not. No. I'm sorry. And last but not least, the Fantastic movie itself, Fantastic Four First Steps. I love this interpretation of Fantastic Four. Perfectly casted, very fun time. A great way to introduce these characters into the MCU while not exactly being in the MCU yet. We're going to see their involvement in Avengers Doomsday, and I'm very excited to see that. Everyone felt like they had equal screen time, and as a person who didn't really know that much about Invisible Woman, she was star of the show. I loved this interpretation of Sue Storm. Reed was a genius, Ben was super strong, Johnny had a great role in this, Sue was the show stealer, Silver Surfer had a fun, intriguing role, and Galactus was a great villain who could come back eventually, maybe. I like that they kind of left that open. The only property that's not on here is Marvel Zombies, and I'd say Marvel Zombies it's really fun. It's a really fun series. I really liked it. Where would I put it in a tier ranking list? Probably above What If, and that is it for my tier list. Tell me what you thought about my opinions, and give me your tier list. I want to see what yours are. I know people are so differing in what their opinions are on these films, and I'd love to hear it. Have a good day. Stay safe. Stay sexy.